questions for Coach Parmalee?
How's the transition going and coming to a new team, a new city, Coach?
Oh, it's been awesome. Been in this business for a long time. Sometimes the transition, you don't think it's going to happen, but it does. But so far, it's been really great. Great staff, great organization.
You're coaching a group that's got a couple guys that aren't going to be available, or aren't available now. How has that sort of made it a challenge, if it has, in terms of evaluating and looking at that group?
Well, one person obviously is a veteran, so I know a lot about that person. The younger guy, it takes time. I know what he can do. Did all my homework on him in college, so very excited about him.
A lot of people thought that running backs room looked a little bit crowded with the with adding Penny to it. What's your approach, and how are you sifting through that, and how you're going to eventually have to kind of whittle down that group?
Well, it's a competitive group. It's a young group. It's a veteran group. You got young guys. It's just about them taking care of their own business. That's what it's all about. We know going in that everyone is competing. It's a hungry group, got a really good group. And usually, whatever ops they get, these guys know they got to nail the ops. They're going to have fun doing it. There's no egos in our room. That's awesome because that's hard to find. But got a really good group. And just let them play. Just let them play and see what happens.
It's interesting that you say there are no egos, especially with a guy like Chu, who kind of clawed his way up to RB1, and you have Miles Sanders, who had a big offseason signing, and then you have Jonathan Brooks. Like, why do you think that I would think that it would be full of egos.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because I didn't know where I was going to come into. I got to get a feel for guys, but having a one-on-one with those guys, having a group meeting with those guys understand where we are. They love to compete. They just want to win, and they know it's about them. It's not about nobody else but them. So you just worry about what you can do, your ops, kill those ops, and see where it takes you. And, during practice, they help each other out. They ask questions. Veteran asks the rookie questions, vice versa. So far, everything that I've seen, that's what the feel I get.
What's Jayden Sheridan? He's the last guy on the line right now, but what do you have in him?
Well, he's a player. I mean, he got talent. He's like everyone else. Sometimes you can get enamored by, how you came in. You were the first rounder, second rounder, middle round, free agent. Doesn't matter. I've been a free agent. I was a free agent, right? I seen free agents go to the top. I see middle guys go to the top. I see first rounders go to the bottom. We all seen it all. So it's all about what you do. It's as long as you're focused on you and what you have to do, usually it works out. So we got a good group. I haven't had no problems with anyone. Those guys come to work every day.
How do you feel like you can get Miles back to what he was in the last version of Phil, when he was with Phil?
Oh, I've seen this before. A lot of times, like as players, I was a former player. Sometimes you get down on yourself. That's okay, right? But you got to bounce back. It's a mindset. That's all it is. He's going to be fine. Had a conversation with him. He's awesome. He's ready. We're looking forward to now. We're not looking at nothing in the past, and he's ready to go.
Do you feel like, he is a guy that came in with a big contract
to
be the starter and then lost his job and he drafted a running back in the first round. So, he kind of feel like he's taken some punches here the last year. So is that, what's those conversations been like?
It's like anything else. If you think you're going to go unscathed in a career, you're wrong. There's going to be highs and there's going to be lows. It's what you do, how you move in those moments. And that's what we talk about. I talk about it with all the guys. Right now, everything's good. We're in the off season, right? We know in the season there's going to be highs, there's going to be lows. Let's talk about it now, what's going to happen, and how we're going to move in those moments. So that way, you're not sitting there and you're feeling sorry. We're not in the business for feeling sorry. We find out what the problems are, make the corrections, we move forward. So we attack it now. We don't attack it until in the season. So that way, now your mindset is totally different. Because I could be on the sideline, I say, what conversation did we have in August? Remember how we're going to move in this situation? Yes, let's go. And a lot of times it's just the confidence. if you show the confidence in that person, and then just get them back on track. Because we all been there. We wander. You know, it's, shoot, you feel bad. You're your own worst enemy. Shoot, no, ain't nothing you can do. But you need somebody to pick you up and say, okay, next play.
You were just saying in your recent conversation with Miles, you could see that he was ready. What did you see?
Oh, you just tell. When I talk to guys, you know, I'm a people person, and I do my research on people. And obviously, you know, when you have conversation, you get a feel for people, right? And we just talk general, just like it's like me and you having a conversation. And we just talk about things that, you know, things that bother us, things that don't bother us, how we're going to move in situations, what we're looking forward to, you know, how we're going to handle it. Guess what? The past is the past, and ain't nothing you can do. But guess what? The future is bright. Let's focus on that. We have a choice. That's what I tell them. We have a choice. How do you want to attack the day? It's a mindset. Are you choosing to attack it and saying, I'm going to get better, just 1%? Or are you going to choose to say, I'm thinking about yesterday, but yesterday doesn't matter? It's a mindset. You got to flip it. So we talk about those things because it's going to happen. It's going to happen. There's going to be highs and lows in the season. I don't care if you the top dog or the bottom dog. It's going to be ebbs and flows. But the teams that usually win are the ones that can weather the storms and know how to move.
Bernie, we haven't seen Penny on the field since he signed. Is everything good with him? Or?
Yeah, he's good. He's good. What's he say? He's a great guy, too. I knew a lot about him also just being, you know, just watching him when he was in Seattle. But, again, we added another good group, another guy to a good group. And competition is the best thing for any team. When you're in there, you don't want the cupboard to be bare. You want talent, and then guess what? Let it fall. Let the chips fall where they may. And those guys, I tell you what, every last one of them is up to the challenge, and it's awesome.
Will Hubbard get 1,000 yards this year?
I don't know. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know. I really don't know. And I'm not just saying that. I don't know. Now, would you like them to? You like anybody? I like anybody to get 1,000. You know, that's like a universal thing. I don't care where you are. You hope that you get 1,000. Any player say, I want to get 1,000, you know. That's like common talk.
As you were mulling over opportunities, what did you like about Canales? What appealed you about this opportunity?
Well, you know, I got to know him over the last couple of years, and he's a genuine guy. And we had conversations where I was on different teams, how we saw things. And we had so much in common. And then to have an opportunity to do something special. It's easy when everything's going good. Now the challenge is, okay, can we get it back to where it needs to be? Or do you want to be a part of that? But when I know where the head starts, and I know what he stands for, and I know what he's looking for, right, and I see his vision, you know, you sit there and say, that's interesting. Yeah, I would love to be a part of that. I definitely would love to be a part of that.
Obviously, it's hard to kind of gauge where Jonathan will be come August, but what did you see on tape in the pre-draft process, and what does he look like in the classroom?
Oh, shoot, he's what you want in the back. I mean, he got good size, vision, playmaker, can do it all, position flexibility, plays hard, right? And when the ball in his hand, he make things happen. So that's all you ever want for guys in your position.
How tough is it dealing with a rookie who would need this time, I guess, during the offseason, the transition, and he's not available due to injury? Did you have that? Did you deal with that in Jacksonville offseason? Yeah, I did. And we bonded that way because I had the right knee, he had the right knee. So I know what you're thinking. And some of the things, by my experience, I said, don't think it. Don't do it. I know what you're thinking about, but you got to stay focused because it's still a process. As much as our mind says, I want to get out there, your body going to tell you when you can get out there. So, you know, so as long as you keep it like that and then understands the process and within the process, learn the offense because it's more mental than physical. I know you're physical. Let's make sure we stay sharp mentally. So when it's time to go, it's time to go. Whenever that time is, I don't know. Nobody knows because everyone heals differently. But when it's time to go, it's time to go.
Was that ETN, just for clarification?
No, Jonathan Brooks.
You know, she was saying in Jacksonville.
What about it?
That you dealt with like somebody coming along with a knee injury.
Oh, no. I'm talking about my experience. I went through it as a player. So I got firsthand, I was a young player, so I got to share that with him. He's a young player, and I know what he was thinking. I knew what I was thinking at the time. So he was like, oh, you had that? I said, yes. And then I got a chance to share how I handled that situation. And then we just bounced things off of each other.
Enough, Coach? All right, thanks, Coach.
All right.
Yeah.